Seeing how long you can endure something harmful isn't the level we learn on anymore. I'm going to repeat it. Seeing how long you can endure something harmful isn't the level we learn on anymore. Tonight's all about just some advice that I have learned from dissecting people, me, my life, experiences, things I've read, seen, heard, stories from others. It's backwards because I that's how I operate. Pro tip. I suggest not addressing issues when you meet someone new or something you're starting fresh, especially if you've already been through unhealthy connections or experienced unhealthy connections. I'm not suggesting you live in fear for the rest of your life because there is healthy love out there. And one thing that you can do to make sure that you know that is to make sure you're an example of a healthy connection. That's all the proof that you need. I suggest not addressing issues, just observing a person before you make a determination on who they are. When you address issues, it allows them the opportunity to upgrade their tactics to hiding behaviors more versus growing. Life responds to who someone really is behind closed doors, not who they claim to be to you. Meaning, if you see they just are always having issues, always, there's always, constantly, that's a good red flag to see that they're not going to be who they say they are, because again, there are higher forces and karma does exist. So again, bad things happen to good people. I'm talking about consistently for years and years and years. There's no such thing as bad luck. I don't believe in bad luck. Life responds to who someone really is, not who they claim to be to you. The majority of humans are professional actors, so be mindful by establishing a pattern of behavior. I can lie, you can lie, anyone can lie, but a pattern never does. People who say a lot and never quite follow through is a red flag. No, it's not even a red flag, it's a deal breaker. The past is still the present when you choose unhealthy cycles. Life responds to that too, by the way. It knows. I'm being watched too. So if I'm not doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing, or that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm going to get it too. I'm not exempt from anything that I speak on. Nor am I going to place myself above. Because again, karma comes for me too. Trust me, I've paid my dues. Which is why I'm speaking on it too, because I'm really seeing for myself right before my own two eyes that this stuff is real. I'm walking, living proof that life does not play about itself. So why are we playing with ourselves? Force an expansion by ending unhealthy cycles circling around so you can spread your wings. I highly suggest calling them out as your exit strategy. Calling out the behaviors before you leave. Don't just let it go, because like I said, that's how I really truly believe, I just know it, that's how evil comes back, is taking those secrets, not confronting. And I'm saying, or if you want to address it, call it out each time. But the reason why I should just suggest observing, because that'll tell you everything you need to know. And you can just, like, I always give like an exit speech. Like, hey, this is my analysis of your behaviors over time. And basically, you know, anyway, I suggest observe, 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 then observe some more. Then you move accordingly, allowing the space between you before developing a connection will be healthier for you in the long run. It'll help you with all that psychological warfare that comes with, should I believe them, should I not? Yeah, like I said, this is why I'm suggesting it, because it helps remove all that. I know what that's like, because I specifically do not want to treat somebody like they're a crime that hasn't happened yet. That's why I also suggest observing. It's not always a bad thing, because it's for yourself too. Because I know those doubts can get in there and ruin and sabotage something that could be very beautiful. Just be open to that. Don't close yourself off to it. Observe, 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 then observe some more. Yes, it's all about protecting yourself. Don't remove defenses until they show you consistently who they are. Healthy connections do take time, so there's no rushing, so you won't be burning the candle at both ends. A healthy person has self-analyzing abilities, so you won't necessarily need to address anything. You'll see automatic elevation through their actions. It's true. The rest of the time, I'm just going to be sharing random pieces of advice that I found in my files. As long as you're learning, you'll always find out what you need to know. Don't forsake it. Soul to soul connection heats up broken parts left inside of you, melting and mending them back together. Your heart must be free to fly in order for that to happen. You cannot become a glacier inside. Opening yourself up if you're going to close yourself off to love. You cannot close yourself off to love, regardless of how you've been loved. Again, like I said, you think, oh, everybody's like this. Yes, there are. I would say a good percentage of the population are good actors. But this is why I'm helping you sort them out. Sort them out. Sort out the frauds versus the authentic ones. The authentic ones, you're gonna just know. But like I said, there's still, when you've been through a traumatic history, you're not even gonna realize that anxiety and all these self-sabotaging doubts are gonna come through until you experience something new. And I'm just trying to help remove that impact of those emotions, because when you get in similar situations, your nervous system is automatically going to pull those flashbacks, and it's going to close you out. It's going to just, I don't want this. Trust me, I've done that many times. The first thing I started to feel towards somebody, I'm like, I'm good. No, I don't want to feel this towards them. I'm good. They got to go. Nah, it's not healthy. No. Give people the opportunity to show up. Don't collect thoughts that aren't feedback, loving, or grace. Feedback versus insult. There is a difference. I feel everything some days. It grinds me down to bone. Other days it gives me strength to see through darkness, to see the other side. And yesterday, what brought me to my knees was used for me to rise with strength today. I'm going to have my grief days. I'm just going to let me grieve. Let yourself grieve. Detoxifying your soul will feel like you're knocking on death's door some days. Just be and feel until it releases itself from you. Because it will. And I think that's kind of where, where I don't want to talk about that right now. When holding on to anger or guilt, it gives up the opportunity for something beautiful to bloom there. Let your spirit show you how, because it will. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful process. I didn't really believe in a lot of this stuff until I really started to pick myself apart, and my opening of awareness started growing, and I'm like, wow, this stuff is real. Maybe not the way that they're teaching though. I don't follow the masses on anything. I'm not biased to what I discover isn't true, just isn't true. Be an active participant, creating the life you want to live. Pretty good. I spent my life thinking I had to absorb the world's pain, returning it back to them in love. I truly believed it would force the light to come back on inside them. It took me too long to see it wasn't my responsibility to carry. My purpose is to create ways and provide means to help pain have safe places to go. Over time, bitterness grew inside me since I wasn't releasing anything. I internalized everything by creating an entire encrypted thinking system I stopped being able to understand. I poured out every single ounce of love I had to give until I was full of rage. How dare the world treat me this way? Why would anyone want to hurt someone who is here to be of aid? I didn't understand things the way I thought. Horrible things kept happening. I found myself in tons of situations fighting for my life. I taught myself correctly by doing everything pretty much incorrectly first. I slowly built my mind over time, hyper-focusing on building a brighter world. You can too. Don't adjust your boundaries to accommodate disrespect. I'm going to say it again. Don't adjust boundaries to accommodate anyone's disrespect. It's when if anybody wants to stop your growth, you unhinge your jaw and you be ruthless. No one has any right to stunt anything positive that you're trying to do. Let them come out of the woodwork and say what you used to do. Because guess what? They just said the key word. Used to. Tell them. My past is my past. It's not the present because I've grown. And leave it at that or say nothing. It's taken me a long time to be able to ignore those words. Trust me, I get it. Sometimes words could tear me down. I understand. Now, say what? I got something for you. Confidence has to come from within or else it leading up to this. Confidence has to come from within or else it shatters with criticism. There isn't a way to avoid it. So we should allow feedback in while pushing out insults. Learning the difference is vital to leveling up. As you level up, when life presents an opportunity for you to expand and you don't, you must prepare for a storm created from lack of expansion. It only hurts you. Facts. Don't play small. Choose to expand. We don't play small. We're not little league. Big, we top league. Trying to protect or please the next person who is committed to not seeing you robs you of time you cannot get back. Don't let anyone set your value because they will lower it. Open your spirit to see yourself before it's too late. I'm going to repeat that. trying to perfect or please the next person who is committed to not seeing you robs you of time you will not get back. Don't let anyone set your value because they will lower it. Open your spirit to see yourself before it's too late. Meaning before you die, because it's really never too late to see yourself until you're dead. And then if you have addressed the situation or you come across somebody, don't be afraid of the consequences after expressing truth. Just make sure you expect the demons to surface immediately after. And then I'm going to close out with this once again. And I want this to stick. Seeing how long you can endure something harmful isn't the level you learn on anymore. And with that, I'm out. Sweet dreams. Think about it. Hope it's helping. Watch as many times as you need. And good night. I'm stuck.